All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to a special Path of Exile video. So it's about 2.5 weeks into the league, and I got 40 out of 40. So I wanted to go over some of the achievements and how I went about doing a lot of these. And yeah, overall, I would say the Settlers League, it was actually not that bad. So like, if you've been playing this game for a while, I've been playing since, I guess, the beta, off and on every few leagues. And then so I wanted to go over all the achievements and basically tell you how to go about some of the tricky ones, and we'll just go down the list. Some of them are very self-explanatory, just play the game. But yeah, let's just go down the list, and I'll talk about how I went about doing it, some things that might make it easier for you guys, and things to look out for early on. So let's just go down the list. Beginner basics, equip a magic flask. You learned that these are all tutorial stuff, and you know, but you'll get it by playing the game. All right, so complete the task. This is the new league stuff. King's March is the new area you go to, and it's actually not that bad. The only downside I would say with King's March is the gold upkeep, which is like you build a town, kind of like those building simulator games where you need money and then you upgrade everything. So yeah, overall I enjoyed it. You just get it by playing, and you just do the league stuff. All right, so peddler's produce, all of these is just sell 5 of the same thing to the vendor, and you get half of like 3 of those back. And then the magic boots is, I believe, like boots with speed and a flask, or like a boots with a quicksilver flask and an augmentation thingy, which is like one of these, yeah, this thingy. And then you vendor it and get the thing. Easy. Beat Act 1 to 5. You just play the story. Defeat a monster. Yeah, all of these are old league mechanics. You get it just by playing the game naturally. All these are league stuff. You get it naturally. Story bosses. All right, complete any of the 3 following league mechanic encounters. So the easy ones that I found were probably strong boxes, shrines, and rogue exiles. Honestly, they're all really easy. However, if you're trying to make currency while mapping at the end game, strong boxes, rogue exiles, and shrines are probably the best ones. Essences, what possess monsters, it just comes naturally, but all of these are very easy. Beyond is just something that you get from doing one of the league mechanics for the settlers thing as well. But either way, all of these are easy, and what I did was a lot of strongbox, scarab, shrine farming, so you just get those naturally. Meaningful mechanics, literally just whatever your favorite league is, do that one, pick 4 of them. My favorite ones were, honestly, Ritual is a decent one. Opening the Smuggler's Cache is probably the easiest one, and then whatever else you find. Harvest is kind of profitable, and Expedition is very good. So yeah, in terms of profit, Expedition solid, Harvest good, Legion is okay, and I guess ultimatums and rituals if you can do them, but yeah, not too bad. Complete 2 of the following master missions while in red or purple tier. So red is like tier 11 to 16, purple is tier 17s. Honestly, the easiest ones are probably Betrayal and Delve. So just do these. Also, you're gonna need to do one of them later on, so I'd recommend doing Betrayal early on and doing the Jund missions. And then Nico is just a good one to slot in your passives for your Atlas, just because it gives like bonuses. So let me show you. Where is it? So this is the one I don't have right now, but like this Packed with Energy ability is you get like the Sulfite Intoxication, which increases your damage and all elemental resistances when you have it. So this is actually a good like end game Atlas farming run. I should probably put that in. I'll get that next level. But anyway, yeah, so this is a solid one. You might as well get those 2 done. Refined Reagents is literally just playing the Settlers League, and then you'll get that by default. Crafty Currency. Okay, so this one's a tricky one, especially for all the casual players out there. So using a Divine Orb, obviously expensive. But here's the thing. If you do Betrayal and do like all the safe houses, you know there's this one thing where you can craft your own gear, like the Tiny's Trial. Basically, you'll get this Divine Orb 1 for free, and they count through Betrayal. Overwhelming opposition, defeat 500 map bosses. This one is just endgame mapping. The one I would recommend doing is City Square, or literally any map that has multiple bosses, and you get like 3-in-1 credit. So also the things where if you do like the Redeemer, like the Cirrus, like Atlas bosses, then those also count as like 2-in-1. So like, no, you do the boss and then the extra one as well. So that's like 2. So yeah, just do the bosses with multiple bosses, and then it counts as multiple credit. Easy. Upgrade a major and minor pantheon. It's one of these. Just max them out. You're good to go. Unbelievable undertakings. Complete any of the 4 encounters when the area levels 81 or higher. I believe that is tier 13. Or no, that probably is tier 11 and up. So basically red maps. So yeah, as I was talking about, the ones that are easiest, Harvest is very easy. Logbooks, you can buy it if you don't want to. Logbooks are these thingies, and just run them. I actually like Expedition. I never played the actual league, but Expedition was pretty fun, and it's super profitable. Domains of Timeless Conflict is more of an endgame thing. You run them, and then you get, what are these? Where is it? You get like these timeless jewels, and then like if you know how to timeless calculator it, and then you have to find the right one, which is the pain. But either way, it's definitely an easy one. And then blighted maps, if you like blight, which are like, you know, the oils, and then tower defense one, just kind of get those and do it. So yeah, if I were to recommend anything to people, it would probably be Harvest, logbooks, and timeless. These are probably the easiest, the 4 I got. And then for all of you who are like, you know, interested in doing the harder stuff, Simulacrum, they made a change this league, and I don't know if it's harder or not. It doesn't feel any different. There's like less waves, but it feels the same, to be honest. So I'm gonna have to do more testing with that. Okay, what's next? Sublime Starlight. Okay, this one is actually really tricky. This is the last one I got done. So you get all of these. These are the ruins that you get. You get them just by playing the game, doing the league mechanic stuff. So power ruins are 5 divs each, at least on softcore league. And yeah, they're only going up in price right now. So what I did was I just never used them. You have to use 1 to upgrade your town fully, and then the cheapest option for the power rune would be like the 4-1 for the 2-handed mace one. And so that's like at least a 25 div challenge. Plus time runes are like 1 div each. So this one's an expensive one, admittedly, but you got to do it if you want 40. So the honest thing is you just get to things by playing the game naturally, and then you'll just get them. But if you want to power through it, just know these are like 5 divs each. The power runes and time runes are 1 div. So it's just an expensive one. But honestly, I think this needs to be toned down, because this is a tough one. Like, I wouldn't consider myself a casual, because I actually, like, I play this game a lot. I've been playing the game for over 10 years, off and on. But yeah, this is an expensive one, and for casuals and people who don't have a lot of time, this one is time consuming. Chief Ascension, just do the lab, and then you're good to go. Divine Destiny, 3 of the following. Scry a map is something that they added with this league, and basically when you're mapping, there's a chance for the Nameless Seer to come up where you take the item. Nameless Seer is not new, but scrying a map is. So basically what it looks like is this. So let's say you went to Defiled Cathedral first, right? And then the Nameless Seer spawned. What you would do is pick another map, and it drops a divination card. So like, let's say you wanted a Mage Blood, which is what I wanted. It comes from Defiled Cathedral, and when you scry it, you pick your other favorite map. I chose City Square, and then suddenly those divination cards go on to the new map that you picked. So yeah, just pick the map you like the best. I think Jungle Valley is a solid one. I like City Square just because it's easy to, just literally a square map. And then open Diviner Strong Boxes. So the best way to do that one, your passive tree, get your strong boxes, and then like a higher chance for diviners, and it's actually just really good in general. Turn in divination cards. You get that naturally by playing the game. You can get a lot of them by doing simulacrum or just buying it. Easy. All right, next is complete vendor recipes. So fusing, turn in a 6-link piece, and then you get that. You get a lot of them just through time. Prismatic rings is you just turn in prismatic rings. Regal orb is basically items level 85 or higher, or 75 or higher, and then like one of each one. So like one of each piece, and then 2 weapons potentially after one hand or 1 2-hander, and then after 75 and up, and then you can turn them in, and you get a regal orb. Grasping mail or lore weave. This is what my guildies and I done. If you have unique rings, entire full inventory of 60 of them, and you just vendor them for a lore weave. Chaotic creations. Use a chaos orb on 5 base items. So if you do mechanics of a league, you get items from it, and then you'll get it. So, and then just chaos orb it. Gilded goals. Have 250 gold in Kingsmart treasury. So basically, you see this gold, you give it to this dude right here, and then when you manage a town, the number right here when it says 250k, that's how you get the achievement. Remarkable realms is basically do all the unique maps. The hardest one, well, not hardest, but like the most expensive one is probably Doriani's Mechanarium. That one's like 2-3 divs, or you can get it from Kirak randomly. Yeah, that's about it. Other than that, like the hard, tricky ones, this is not new in terms of the league, but like the hard, tricky ones, depending on your build, probably this one, because the boss just runs around. If your build is slow, you might not get it. Other than that, I think that's really it. Poor Joy is just kind of like things do big crits and you might get one-shotted. Malgun is just an annoying one to run in general, but that's about it. Sanctified Scarabs, complete maps of Scarabs. Now that you can get 6 slots in your Atlas, 1 map, 5 Scarabs. Do that 100 times. Gleaming Gems. All right, so level a gem to 20. Easy, just do that by playing. Gem cutters, turn in items with gem quality, and then you get gem cutter prisms. Use the divine font in the endgame labyrinth. So it's like when you do the lab to get your ascensions, you just use the divine font 10 times. If you do Uber lab, you get 2, so you only have to do it 5 times if you do them on Uber, and then 1 for anything under that tier, I believe. And then div card with 21 to 23. I believe the skeleton is a good one to use. I don't know if I have an extra one, but like something with 23% that will give it to you. Cross contamination. This is probably going to be a tricky one for some people. Defeat a unique map boss that is possessing a ritual. So here's what you do. Every random encounter, there's a ritual that could give you called Haunted, and basically it's like it summons a lot of tormented spirits. So what you're going to want to do is when you have it and you see a haunted one, just clear the boss first and then go do or like clear the map, then the boss first, and then go back to do the rituals, and then in theory it should possess it and you're good. So defeat a breach lord while affected by a shrine. Super easy, just spec into that. I believe that there is a scarab for that. Where is breach? So guarantee a breach lord here with this breach scarab, and then you just have a shrine on, and then you can put on like the extra shrines, 2 additional shrines, and just add more shrines and breaches, and then kill the boss easy. Defeat a blight boss while delirious. So what you're going to want to do is use one of these maps. It doesn't matter what percentage, like lower is easier. So what you're going to want to do is make the area 100% delirious, so like there's no timer on it, and then just fight the boss, defeat it, and do blight while you're at it when there's a boss, and then that should just pop easy. Defeat a delirium or beyond boss while in the sacred grove. That's also pretty easy. Simply use the same strat as blight one, but with the sacred grove. And then syndicate member that is possessed. I think I just got that randomly, like same thing as before. Okay, so that one is going to be tricky, but these are the 4 that I did. I think these are the easiest ones. Ambitious assignments. Okay, so this one is probably going to be one that stumps people a little bit. It's not difficult. To complete the port quotas out of 30. So here's the thing. You want to do this before you upgrade your town, you're like the boat person, to the maximum, because the higher you raise the town level and like the port dude, the more materials it's going to require for every quota. And so what you're going to want to do is complete that before you max it out, and then it's super easy. But if you're unlike me, where I max it out first, I literally got this done the other day. And so yeah, it's rough when you're maxed out and you're going for materials, so you want to do it early on. If you already messed up, one trick that some people told me was you can make a solo self-found character, and then just it basically resets your thing on that character, and you just do it. So it's easy. But overall, even if you just play one character, you'll just get it over time. But just a little warning, if you want to get this done early, is finish it before you max out your town. Other than that, this is just like new league mechanics. Magnificent Mastery is what I talked about earlier of how I did Betrayal early on in the league. You're gonna have to do a lot of safe houses. It's kind of annoying. In my opinion, this is probably the easiest one for most people, doing it out of 40. I don't think reaching depth level 400 into Delve is not that bad. Neither is Red Beast. Like, none of them are hard. I just think that out of the most profitable and easiest ones to do as a beginner, probably Betrayal. Other than that, like Incursion ones is Alva. It's not that bad either. But I just did this one. This is the most profitable in my opinion. Sanctified Scarabs. Use Scarabs while the map is 80% at tier 16. Just get that over time. Atlas. Complete maps with the 4,000 total explicit. So like if you do 8 mod maps, it's 500 of them. You just, once again, play the game, you get it. Defeat 100 rare enemies with 3 modifiers. Once again, you get this by just playing the game and doing maps. Tremendous Township, fully upgrade all of King's March. Yeah, just be careful with that one with the port quotas and everything. You're going to do it eventually, but just make sure to get things done first before that one. Agitated Adversaries. Alright, so defeat 3 of the following bosses while the area is level 83, so tier 16 or higher. King of the Mist is... This one is the ritual boss. It's... What is it? The Audience with the King. Let me just show you what it is. Yeah, this thingy. You get this from rituals, and when you get like the nameless ritual, you can buy these things. These are like half a div each, actually. So it's not super cheap, but this is how you get that one. Lycia is Sanctum. Izaro is just by doing the lab and Empowered Labyrinth. So when you go here, do offerings, and you see how like these, like the non-regular ones, there's like 4 different ones. Let me see. Yeah, so just buy the cheapest one and then do it. Don't get hit. That's really it. And then Syndicate Mastermind without taking any damage from the sculpture. So you know that statue in the middle that shoots out those green beams? Yeah, don't get hit by that. It's super easy, actually. Like the Telegraph, you have so much time. Just don't stand in it. All right, where were we? Extravagant Equipment. I just really chose the most, like the cheapest ones that I could find. Sacred Orb is like 20C, maybe more, but yeah, these are like the 6 cheapest ones. Fracturing is, I would not use it. This is for endgame crafting. Reflecting Mist is the new one from the league. Basically, if you find it in the map, there's a chance for it to drop the straight up mist. But for everyone else, it's like 3 divs. All of these things are cheaper. So unless you're like, you really know what you're doing, just get these 6. Other than that, like Orb of Dominance is probably like 1.5 div. This is also a fine option, but Hinakora's Lock is a very expensive. Mirror is like the rarest item in the game, and then everything else. So yeah, just choose these 6. Okay, let's see. Reach a total of 3,000 item quantity from completing invitations. So literally any invitations from this one plus Maven. So like these, I've done a lot of farming. Yeah, just try to get the highest percentage you can and do those maps. And then also the Maven one counts as well. So if you want to do these, just get them. All right, next we have Realizing Realms. So use a Maven Chisel. So these are new with the league. It is, where is it? Yeah, these chisels right here. These are the Maven ones. You get them having Maven watch your maps. And then unlock the 6th slot for the map device is do a tier 16 or tier 17 map. If you need help with that, just send me a message, hit me up on Discord, ping me in game. I'll run your tier 17 for you. All right, challenging competitors. Okay, this one is a little bit tricky simply because some people might not be able to do it. So this one, I hear the most complaints about. It's either you have high enough damage to phase it and you just get it, or you skip it. So this one is easy. Don't get hit by the falling rocks. Literally just don't get hit. This one is the pirate, or not pirate, like the Atlas runners, your mappers. Every now and then, this will spawn and literally just don't get hit by the thing. So if you're a range build or like caster, you literally just stand in the back, AoE the boss down from the front, and you won't. These are like two easiest ones. These are the ones for your sailors and when the boss comes. So this one is one of those dodging ones. So like you stand in the center and you dodge the waves. And so self-explanatory. I think this one's pretty easy. And then don't get hit by the anchor. So these are like 4 easy, or the 5 easiest ones to do. And then if I were to rate them in any order, is don't get hit by the rocks, don't get hit by the hail of arrows, and then these 2 top ones are easier. Nightmarish Nemesises do tier 17s with item quantity 250 or higher. Okay, so when your map, I would recommend trying to get 120 item quality on your tier 17 map, followed by Atlas. Well, that gives like item quantity, or not quantity, like modifiers 2%. Just max that out. And then what you would do for this is using each one of these gives 5%. So like, let me just pick a map, for example. You see how this says 70% item quality? You get that to 20%, like with the chisels. And then you just add 4 of these fragments. These give like 10%, I believe, each, the mortal ones. And then these are 5%. So you just max out as many like quantity as you can. And then your Atlas should give you like another 100, assuming you spec correctly. This is what I have. I don't know if you would copy this one or not, but like this is just what I use. But yeah, you ideally want the explicit modifiers that give me like 100. And then could also use another 8% here. And then if you use like Eater of Worlds, there's a chance for it to, like, you know, if you buff the enemies or the bosses, and you get like an extra, what, like 20% on your quantity. So yeah, it goes way over 250. It's just how many tedious mods do you want on it? I think without doing the extremely dumb tier 17 mods, you can get around like 220, 230 really easily. And then you just get one of those Eater of Worlds bonuses, and then you get 250. But if you want to do like the super toxic mods that require you to actually have gear, then yeah, you're gonna want to like try to do as much as you can without doing that. Okay, so ultimate usurpers, defeat uber bosses. I think I could do Maven. It's just 6 divs each per attempt, and I'm like, yeah, I got gear to get first before doing that. But in my opinion, if you've never done an uber boss before, the easiest ones to do are probably Cortex, Elder, Shaper, and probably Eater of Worlds or Cirrus. The cheapest ones are Cortex, Shaper, Elder, Cirrus. So would recommend skipping these 3 if you're on a budget. And then the final one is the grinding gear goals, basically the big grind for every league. It's been like that since league started. So I just did these. You get these by just playing the game to mappers. Defeat monsters with 4 modifiers. Once again, if you're just an endgame player, you get this by default. Activate Eldritch Altars. Basically, you pick one of these 2, and then you just click the button. And then tier 17 maps. So I don't think many people like the endgame labyrinth, so I would skip that. Getting to 100 is really just a grind. It's not particularly hard. So here's what I would do if you were trying to push for 100. Go for those go for the omens of this thing. So if you die, you only lose 2.5% instead of 10%, and they're kind of expensive. One of those other options is just don't die. But yeah, these are the 4 easiest ones in my opinion. Getting level 100 for some people is probably easier than completing 100 or 50 tier 17 maps, but I just like mapping, so I just like that one. Aside from that, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's all 40 challenges. If you need help with anything, just hit me up on Discord or hit me up in game, and you could find me. And once again, I did all of these challenges without the mage blood. This is the belt I used earlier. So I used this one before I even got the mage blood. So I was 40 out of 40 with no mage blood. So the build, I might do a build video next, but we'll separate those videos. And aside from that, that's about it. I don't think you need a super high budget to get all 40, but if you're going for like 36 or specific challenges, by the way, this is what the totem looks like at 40, the same thing but with the new league on it. But yeah, if I were to skip anything, let's say you're going for 36 only, obviously you skip this one. I don't know, mate, you might skip Ubers, but like you could just buy the carry for that one. Like these are honestly, I think most people can do these 4. The other 3, like, they're not that bad. They're just, depends on your build. So yeah, I don't know, I would skip it if you can. If you don't do tier 17s, you can buy the carry or skip that one as well, and then see what else. I don't think there's really that many real difficult ones. Like this league was not that bad actually. So yeah, aside from that, just skip the ones that you think are really hard, and then if you need help, hit me up and I'll see if I can carry you through certain ones. But anyway, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys later. Peace.